Hello everyone, it's Jen. Welcome back to my channel and my craft table, and welcome if you're new. I'm so glad you're here today. Today's video is going to be a few fun Valentine's Day decor. Let's go ahead and jump down to the craft table and get started on our projects. Okay, for this craft here, we have this little bitty chalkboard, and then I've got some adhesive vinyl and my weeding tools. This right here, I'm trying to remember. I think I got this at Dollar Tree. I am pretty sure that I did. So I'm just going to dust this off here. I don't want to use my alcohol because I don't want to take off the finish. This is about, okay, the chalkboard area is about 3 3/4 wide and about 4 3/4 tall. So it's just a nice little sized frame. Okay, so I'm just gonna set that aside for right now. And I'm gonna go ahead and weed out these designs. So I decided to do some Valentine's Day crafting. It is very cold and it can't decide whether it wants to rain or snow. So it's kind of giving us a little bit of both. Personally, I wish it would just snow. To me, rain in the winter is like, it's a waste of a really good snow, which is so pretty. And I know not everyone likes the snow, and I do know that winter does cause problems, but I am a winter girl and I absolutely love the winter and the snow and all of that. This will reveal exactly what we're putting on our little chalkboard. So we've got 3 bows and we got 3 hearts. And then this particular piece, now it might be a little hard for you to see. I'll hold this up in just a moment. Okay, we have the Tic-Tac-Toe board. So I just did that in white, and then I have the bows and the heart. So let's go ahead and get this on here. I do need some transfer tape. I've already made some Valentine's Day, well, they were really presents, but my daughter, we made these little bags that have little treats and it has their names. Okay, so I'm gonna burnish down the front and the back. Here we go. Perfect. All right, let's make this a little more even, or at least where I can see what's going on. And I'm just gonna center this the best that I can. I think that looks pretty centered. All right. So I am not a huge Valentine's Day decor kind of person, but I really thought this would be cute on this little chalkboard. Most of what I like to do for Valentine's Day is cards. I have made quite a few cards here recently. I'm very excited about them. Then we've got a few gifts for Valentine's Day. I thought this would be a nice tiny little, just a little decor accent. When you walk in our front door, we've got like a little entry table, and it's a great way to use up some scrap vinyl. And it's an excellent way to use up some time on a very cloudy, windy, rainy day. Okay, so we're gonna get these little bows in here. Very nice. That looks really striking. Okay, and the last little layer here, we've got 3 little hearts, and I'm just using up a variety of my scrap vinyl. Just a nice way to use up some scraps. And I've decided this year that I want to try to not have a lot of vinyl sitting around in my craft space. Maybe get it a little bit closer to the time I know I might need it. But definitely I'm noticing that my vinyl is a lot easier to work with when it's fairly, I guess, fresh, or the newer it is. And it's a good way to shop my craft space because I can continue to buy craft supplies, but I do want to kind of get through a lot of my supplies this year that I've been accumulating. And here we go. This is the first attempt at doing that. And I'm just gonna leave the wood bare. This is something that I can change out with seasons, so I'm very pleased with this. You could also, on the back side, you could put some pattern paper in here and then cover that with a vinyl design as well. You could also paint this side here with chalk paint and use this side also for like a double sign. So something like that might come to the channel in the future. All right, that is all for craft number 1. So for craft number 2, I have this little jar here, and this is just a little jar from Dollar Tree. So it has the little mechanism to lock the top. It's got the gasket here, and it's a smaller one because I definitely don't need a bigger one, but I love to have M&Ms in my craft space. So I thought that I would make myself a little bitty jar that allows me to keep my M&Ms in something other than the bag. Not that it's gonna stay really long in this jar anyway, because I have a propensity to just go to town with my M&Ms. Before I weed this out, I'm just gonna kind of push the vinyl design back onto the carrier sheet. So these are words. I found a sweet little saying, and I didn't like the way it was, you know, put together or shaped, I guess. I just used the text feature and I made my own. And then I used a font that is kind of vintage in nature, and it's a little delicate, so it might take me a minute to get this weeded out. So that actually wasn't too bad. I just, you know, went slow. And now I just need to, well, I need to take care of these middles without moving any letters. My favorite kind of candy is M&Ms. Well, okay, maybe not my favorite kind of candy because I pretty much like all candy, but one of my absolute most favorite candies in the world are M&Ms. Anyway, what is your absolute favorite way or favorite kind of candy that you like to keep in your little stash, and where do you stash it? That is a great question. All right, I'm gonna just cut up this transfer tape here. We'll go ahead and burnish down the front and the back, and then I will have a cute little jar for my secret stash of peanut M&Ms, because I can actually make them last. But if my family knows that they're around, then that's a whole nother story. If you keep a secret stash of candy somewhere, especially in your craft room, just leave like a little candy emoji down in the comment box. That would be super fun. And if you're brave enough to share your secret location, that's even better. Mine is definitely in my craft room. All right, that definitely was an exercise in patience. Is a jar of wheats and happiness full of S. Okay, so let's go ahead, and I think I'm just gonna put it on this side over here. See if I can make this work. Okay, I think my eye is a little bit wonky there, so I'll probably have to fix that. Okay, so that works. I think I'm going to pick this eye up and just see if I can make it a little less crazy looking. Okay, and then on this side, I'll have to line everything up based on that S. Okay, so here is happiness is a jar full of sweets. This is where my M&Ms will go. I think that's gonna be cute. That is all for the second craft. Okay, my third craft is a frame. This frame came from Target. It's the Mondo Llama photo frame. I got this in close to the arts and crafts section. They had like some Valentine's Day craft project. I picked up one of these, and I'm gonna just leave this plain the way it is. You know, to be honest, I did not feel like painting today. So I'm just gonna take off these. This design here is like a layered heart design. So we're gonna see which hearts are gonna stay on the frame and which hearts are not on the frame, and then we'll make movements and adjustments based on that. Here's this, and so my idea was that these would just float across the frame. So obviously this one in the middle will not be floating across the frame. So we'll see what that looks like. And the second layer is pink heart, like light pink hearts. And so again, we're gonna see like how many hearts actually land on the wood and how many hearts hang off the edge where we may need to trim them, and then which hearts are kind of floating in the middle of the frame, and if we can put them somewhere else. So maybe we can transfer them to another part of the frame, and worst case, we add them to our candy jar. So that would be all right. Okay. Yep, didn't leave anybody behind there. And my big question is, do I transfer one layer at a time, or do I just do the whole thing? So that is a possibility. Kind of got a little bit of transfer tape over there, so that's good. Maybe for this layer I don't have to piece together some transfer tape. We will see what happens. This candle, I have this candle sitting here. Oh, it smells amazing. I decided to start lighting a candle in my craft room. Maybe not every time, but already my craft room is kind of like just my quiet time. It's just a place where I can relax and kind of do whatever I need and or want to do. I thought, why not introduce a candle? Okay, so here's what I think. I want to make sure that I get all of the hearts. Okay, let me see if I can get these hearts in the place where they're supposed to be. So I think like that. Let that down. This can go down. And then I have this little heart over here. And I think what I'll do is I will just, for right now, I'm going to put it right up there, and I will move around hearts as needed. Okay, and then I think what we probably need for sure is we need a piece of transfer tape over here. I'm just going to kind of piece that together. It'll be one cohesive piece. I'm going to bring this in and see about getting these. Okay, now, so my idea is that I would put this here, and I'm just kind of seeing where I want it to fall. And the hearts that are here in the middle, like obviously some of them will be kind of like halfway, and I'll cut those off. I thought about doing stripes, but then I decided, you know what, I'm making a bunch of hearts, I might as well continue to make a bunch of hearts. Okay, so here's what it looks like right now. I'm gonna grab my tweezers again. What I want to do is place the rest of these hearts, and I'll just place them like stickers, but wherever we need a heart, that is where that will go. And I think that's okay for right now. I'm gonna take this back off, and then I have my True Control knife here, and I'm just gonna use that to cut away the pieces of the hearts that are in the middle of the frame. That's a very tight fit. So if you put pictures in here, they are absolutely gonna be safe. Then we need our True Control knife. Now the ones that are along this edge, you know, I could fold it, I could wrap it around, and I'm wondering if that would be cute. Let me just do that super fast. We'll see. Maybe later I'll have to come back and take them off. So then I'm just gonna go and cut away some of these hearts. And I'm just cutting really gently on my glass mat. So you can cut on your glass mat, but I'm just doing it like really super gently. Got two more little hearts here on the inside. And then I'm gonna check those hearts that are on the edge. All right, so this is the front. This is done, this is great. Okay, so I'm gonna put this back. And again, you could put some pattern paper in here. You could even, you could turn this over. This is probably what I'm gonna do, is I'm gonna turn this over just like this. I forgot the
plastic piece here. This is what's going to go in first. And then I turn the paper over. Now you could use pattern paper instead of just turning that one over. Okay. And then I have one more little piece. Okay, and then this is just adhesive ease marker. So if you're as old as me, so I'm about to date myself, when I was in high school, our teachers would write with these on the overhead projectors that would then project on the wall. And they would either write on the surface of the overhead projector or transparencies. I personally thought it was cool. So anyway, I have a bunch of adhesive ease markers myself. And I do have one of those old school overhead projectors in my classroom. It's kind of funny. My boss was like, really? Do you really want that? And I was like, absolutely I do. Especially if the internet goes down or something like the zombie apocalypse. I'm always telling the kids that. I can still teach geometry even when there's no internet. Anyway, I have a bunch of these, so I thought it would be neat to just say a little phrase on here and then have this downstairs for the family to see. So something like that. And because this is not dry erase, so as soon as it dries, you actually can just go like that and it doesn't go across your finger. And then you can use a very, very, very lightly damp little cloth or even a baby wipe and just wipe that off and change out the little sentiment for the day. So I thought this would be super cute, and I don't need to put a picture, but I thought it would be neat to put a little saying, change it out every day, every other day, but there we go. So let's go ahead and do one more. Okay, for my fourth and final craft of the day, I have this mug. Now I did get this at the Target Bullseye section. This is an iridescent mug. The lid is so fun. So the lid is pretty cool. It is a lid to your cup, so like that. And then the lid doubles as a coaster. Isn't that's pretty neat. I think so. I decided that I would put bows and hearts all over this mug, kind of almost like a wrap, but not really a wrap. Let's go ahead and get these bows weeded out. The hearts are solid, and the bows are not solid. They have, of course, the inner part of the bow, and then in the very middle, instead of like a round knot, it's a tiny little heart. It's so cute. And then I'm gonna use this rose gold vinyl that I have that I really like. I like this rose gold vinyl. This vinyl here, this rose gold, I get this from Expressions Vinyl. It's their permanent adhesive vinyl, which I really enjoy working with. And then we're just gonna go like this. Isn't that so cute? I just love it. All right, let me go ahead and get all of this weeded out. So Valentine's Day is on a Friday this year. I'm really excited about that because the night before is parent-teacher conferences, and then our district was nice enough to give us Friday off since we have to work late the day before. Well, we have to teach all day and then we have to work late. So I thought it was nice. And then on Monday is President's Day. When we get a 4-day weekend, and that will be fantastic. I don't know about you guys, but January is like the longest 6 months of my life every year. And then February is the longest year every year. February is the longest. And I think it's just because fall is so full of festivities. School's starting back. We have some birthdays in September, school's starting back. Then you have Halloween, and then Thanksgiving, and then Christmas, and then New Year's, and then all of a sudden you have nothing. Oh goodness. The fact that we get a 4-day weekend is fantastic. So I'm just going to put this down, and I need to clean the cup. I don't want to forget to do that. I'm notorious for forgetting to do things like that. And then we will be able to look at all of our crafts when we get these all done. Grab my rubbing alcohol, and I'm just gonna clean this mug. Now with adhesive vinyl, just remember you cannot put it in the microwave. So please don't put a mug that has adhesive vinyl in the microwave. And so Cricut recommends that you just wash them by hand, and a lot of times I do. To be honest, there have been plenty of times where I have used permanent vinyl, and because I did, I just threw it in the dishwasher. Okay, this weeded really well, and it loved that transfer tape. That's very interesting. So the Hobby Lobby and the Make Market did not like that transfer tape. All right, I'm gonna turn it over this way. If it is permanent, you can try it in the dishwasher. I cannot guarantee how long, if at all, it will stay on. All right, I'm gonna start over here. And this is really, you know, I'm just kind of putting it around the perimeter of the mug. I'm not getting anything crazy, but I do wanna do some relief cuts. So let me come in here and do that super fast before I start laying all this down. In fact, my cousin had made one for us. We were birthday squad for my sister who was turning 40. This was a while back. I knew not to put it in the microwave. Geez, that was back in like 2019, and it was so fun. And I literally just took that adhesive off of that cup here about a month ago. That's how long that adhesive has been on that mug, or that little, it was a little cup, like a little wine glass without the stem. And it had definitely seen the dishwasher several times a week. So it is possible. Just don't be sad if whatever particular vinyl you have starts to come off of the cup. I don't really like to wash by hand, so. Okay, here is this little mug, and it's glaring at you because it's so shiny with the holographic, but that is so cute. I'm wondering if I stuck this in here, if you could see it better. A little bit. You could see it a little bit better, but I thought these bows were so cute, and this laid down really well. And I think, oh, here's one little bubble. I'll work that out, but there we go. Perfect, love it. Okay. So let me go ahead and grab all of these little crafts, and we will have a project showcase. Okay, here are all of the crafts that were made this evening. We started out with this cute little chalkboard sign from Dollar Tree. I did go ahead and leave it just plain because I want to be able to use it again for other crafts in the future. For right now, this is okay because I didn't really feel like painting. This is just white adhesive vinyl, and then I have a light pink and like a fuchsia dark kind of pink there. So this is my little tic-tac-toe. I thought that was fun. And then we had the candy jar. Now I went ahead, it's hard to see because of the M&Ms, but I wanted you to see that like this is happiness right here. This is a jar full of sweets, and I love the vintage candy shop looking font. So I just typed that together and made it 2 rows. So this is my secret stash of M&Ms for my craft room. And I'm gonna trust that all of you don't say anything to the outside world because then they might eat them. And I actually have already eaten all the pretty Valentine's Day colored ones. I love those. Those are so fun. This was the next craft. It was the Mondo Llama heart frame from Target, and I just did, it was 2 layers, and I did 2 different colors of hearts, and then the ones that were here in the middle, they either just got sacrificed or I just kind of put them around, and then I cut off where things might be coming off the edge. Then I took that vis-a-vis marker, I flipped over the advertisement piece of paper that comes with inside the frame. I just flipped it over to the white side, and then I used my little vis-a-vis marker to write a little sentiment to my husband, and this will go downstairs. I can change that out as often as needed. And then the final craft was this really sweet cup from the Target dollar spot, and I'm just putting this here again so you can see the cute little bows and hearts, and it comes with a lid / coaster. And I actually just think this is a genius idea. One thing I did not mention is to make sure when you're putting adhesive vinyl on a mug or a cup that you leave room for sipping because vinyl is not food safe. So you do not want to put vinyl near your food. You don't want it to touch your food. You don't want it to touch like your lips or anything like that. So this is plenty of room for me for sipping. And with all of that, this is the end of today's little craft projects. I hope that you enjoyed these and that they gave you some inspiration for quick, easy crafts that you can make for Valentine's Day between now and the 14th. Don't forget, put a little heart emoji or a little bow emoji or even candy. You can put a candy emoji down in the comments. That would be super fun. Make sure to like the video, share it with your crafty friends. That really does help out the channel, is your engagement, you know, your comments, your likes, your sharing of the videos. I really appreciate that. I love to know that my videos are inspiring to crafters that are out there. And if you're not already subscribed, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell is turned on. Thank you so much for spending your time with me today. And I'm just so glad that you were here and we got a little bit of crafting done on a blustery winter day. So until I see you in the next card or craft, as always, have an amazing day and happy crafting.
Thank you all so much for watching today. I'm so glad that you can join me at my craft table. If you're not already, I'd love to have you as a subscriber, and don't forget to hit that notification bell. That way you'll know when new videos arrive. Have a great day, and as always, happy crafting.